Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I want to give you guys my recap to the Knicks and Rockets game that just got wrapped up. The Knicks snap a 4-game losing streak, and they win on the road, 116-103. The shorthanded Knicks went on the road and got the job done thanks to rookie Deuce McBride having his best performance of his rookie season, playing 36 minutes, having a phenomenal game. Immanuel Quickley having a season high. Evan Fournier doing a great job from the field. Mitchell Robinson taking over the game in the fourth quarter. Even Evan Fournier had a really good game. So I'm really excited to break down this game for the New York Knicks. It was a must-needed win. They have not been looking good for the past couple of games, as we know, and I'm really excited to break down this game. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you guys probably know I'm actually on the COVID list with Kevin Knox, RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, and Quentin Grimes. As you can tell if you hear in my voice, I tested positive, but mild symptoms, I'm okay. So if you hear in my voice, that's the reason why, but don't worry, I'll be fine, vaccinated, all that great stuff. So I'm really excited that the Knicks got this W, especially with Deuce getting all the minutes in the second half. So we find out that Derrick Rose is going to be out for the remainder of the game, and Deuce started the second half, and Thibodeau did not sub out Deuce once. He played the entire second half, which was so awesome to see. What Miles McBride brings to the table is everything that this Knicks team has been lacking for the past couple of weeks in terms of defensive energy, defensive, intensity. Everything that Miles McBride brings to the table is what we wanted to see all season long. If you guys remember last year, I always talk about this on my channel, what made the Knicks team so good last year is because of the physicality, the energy, and outworking of the opponents. Well, Miles McBride fits that mold so beautifully. He just plays 110% at all times. His energy is crazy, and the best thing about Deuce, in my opinion, is his confidence, man. He reminds me of Immanuel Quickley last year for the Knicks as a rookie. He's somebody that just exuberates that swagger. He's not afraid at all to take the big shot, isolation, driving to the paint, finishing with his offhand, getting into the passing lanes. Like, we got to start off this video with Deuce's stats because he really blew me away, and Knicks fans should be very excited about the future for Deuce McBride. So Deuce had 35 total minutes, 15 points, 9 assists, 3 rebounds, 4 steals, and the most impressive part of this is 0 turnovers. So he had 9 assists and 0 turnovers. He basically ran the show in that entire second half. He was the point guard, he was the floor general, and he looked so damn good, especially with Immanuel Quickley as the backcourt in that fourth quarter. This was not a perfect game from the Knicks. We got off to a 17-point lead in the first quarter, and then we let the Rockets come all the way back. They're a very young, pesky team, and then the third quarter was just so hard to watch. I mean, how many fouls happened from both sides from the Knicks and the Rockets? And then the fourth quarter comes around, and the lineup of Immanuel Quickley, Deuce, Mitchell Robinson, Taj Gibson, and Burks, they really get the job done. And a quick shout out to Taj Gibson as well. He subbed in to play out of position tonight because Kevin Knox is on the COVID list, and we know Obi Toppin's on the COVID list as well. So we basically did not have a backup power forward. Taj Gibson slides in there, and he plays with Mitchell Robinson on the court, and he played really well. So shout out to Taj Gibson. He's so reliable out there. But this was a game, man, where it was all around just good basketball from every single player, if I had to say. There's not really one player that had a bad game. I guess you could say Alec Burks, but at the same time, he had a plus-minus of a plus 13, even though he shot only 2 of 10. He played defense. He crashed the boards. So this is an all-around really good victory from the New York Knicks, a must-win, because if you look at the schedule, it does get a little lighter compared to what we just went through. So this is a big-time W for the Knicks, and I'm happy that we were able to get the job done, especially in that fourth quarter. We just absolutely lit it up. So I want to talk about Julius Randle in this one. He got hot early on. He finished with 21 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, 6 of 18 from the field, and 1 steal. 6 of 6 from the free throw line as well. Julius Randle, I like his aggressiveness. I feel like he has to continue to shoot the ball from downtown, be aggressive, and have that mindset of I am the leader of this team, but at the same time, still get his teammates involved. That's exactly what he did. 21, 6, and 6 is all you want from a Randle, and I feel like he did a great job. And then Evan Fournier had probably one of the most interesting nights of the season for him, in my opinion, because he shot 8 of 12, very efficient, but I think the 4 misses were all bricks. That's what's so funny about Evan Fournier. He finished with 23 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound, and a very efficient 8 of 12 from the field. He did not get any fourth quarter minutes because of how great the tandem of IQ and Deuce were, where he did not get any fourth quarter minutes. So shout out to Tom Thibodeau for realizing that, because whenever Evan Fournier did get into the game, especially late in that second quarter, it seemed like the Knicks were going downhill again. So Evan Fournier, obviously he's not been having a great debut as a Knick this season. But a quick funny stat, the Knicks are 8-0 when Evan Fournier scores 18 points or more. So if Evan Fournier can get into rhythm, he's a guy that's a really good offensive threat. The problem with Evan Fournier is he's very inconsistent, and when he's not in rhythm, he's just so off to the point where you don't want him on the floor because he brings no, value to this team if the shots are not falling. What value Evan Fournier brings is when the shots are falling, when he's in rhythm, when he can create his own shot, and that's what we saw from Evan Fournier tonight. So shout out to Evan Fournier. He did a really good job in that first half in the third quarter by cashing in those three-pointers and attacking the paint and getting those mid-range jump shots. And then D Rose, as we know, we left this game with a sore ankle. Hopefully he'll be okay. And getting into the bench, man, we got to go over Immanuel Quickley. He had his best game of the season. He finished with 24 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal, 7 of 10 from three-point land with a plus-minus of a plus 19. So, damn. Immanuel Quickley, this is what happens when he gets red hot. He's coming off a dry spell. I don't know the exact numbers, but he was like 7 of his last 30-something from 3. Obviously, he's not been shooting the ball well, but this is what you love about Quickley. Even though if he's in a slump, he's going to continue to shoot the rock, and he is probably the biggest X factor on this team off the bench. He's a spark plug. He brings the energy. He brings that three-point shooting. He also hit a career high, 7 3-pointers. That's the most of his career. He had 6 3-pointers last year as a rookie. So shout out to Immanuel Quickley. He absolutely destroyed it in that fourth quarter. He did everything we needed to do, hitting the timely buckets, facilitating for others, playing great defense, getting big-time minutes, 31 minutes of action for Immanuel Quickley. I had to put the jersey up for him in this video because he's looked so good tonight, and we are a different team when Immanuel Quickley's shots are falling. So shout out to IQ, and then let's get into Mitchell Robinson, because Mitchell Robinson had probably his best, well, not probably, he did have his best game of the season. He had 17 points, 9 rebounds, 8 of 8 from the field, 3 blocks, 1 steal, plus minus of a plus 21. This is crazy, guys. If you look at all the plus minuses, all the entire bench unit is plus 19 or more, and the entire starting lineup is minus. We're used to that, aren't we? But shout out to Mitchell Robinson. He is an absolute lob threat. He's a guy that can clean up the glass, the second chance points, put back dunks, blocking shots. He's been going through his own dry spell as well, taking it to Instagram on his stories. He's saying, like, you know what, blah, blah, blah. He's a little rattled in his head. But shout out to Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench, playing 30 minutes and looking like a phenomenal player tonight. He's getting back to that dominant self. Hopefully he can get that confidence and that swagger back because he's a big-time piece to this team. And then Taj Gibson, 16 points off the bench, 7 points. He hit his first three-pointer of the season. Shout out to Taj there. And then let's finish off talking about Deuce, baby, because this guy, I got a feeling we got a special one in this one, guys. We have a very fun young core on this Knicks team. If you count in Quentin Grimes, you count in RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, Immanuel Quickley. Hey, even Kevin Knox looks really good this season in the limited minutes that he's got with all the COVID issues. Unfortunately, that he's on the list as well. But obviously, it sucks that all these players are out with COVID, like RJ and all these guys. But the good thing about it is it gives players like Deuce an opportunity to show up, and it gives him an opportunity to show the coaching staff that he deserves minutes. And it's going to be really interesting to see what the coaching staff does when everybody else gets healthy. Does Deuce just go back to the bench and not play? Does he go back to the G League? Because Deuce looks like he should be getting real-time minutes because he plays defensive energy to the point where he needs to be on the floor at all times. He can also run the show. I mean, 9 assists to 0 turnovers in your first time getting real NBA minutes is super impressive, to go along with 4 steals and just sizing people up. His handles are crazy. They're tight. The swagger, the confidence. So shout out to Deuce McBride. He looks legit, and I'm excited to see him develop over the time. I think he is a big-time piece of the future for the New York Knicks. So guys, that's my thoughts about the New York Knicks victory over the Rockets. Please feel free to comment down below your thoughts about the Knicks victory tonight. My apologies for my energy's a little low in this video. I try my best. So leave a comment down below your thoughts about tonight. And let's go Knicks, baby. We got the dub. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Please do not forget to like if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.